legacy partners, earners, future real estate investors. I hope all is well. Excited to share this case study with you guys. I want to show you guys how I was able to control this real estate deal and make $12,500 in the process. This was a deal that I did in Baltimore, right outside of Baltimore City in an area called Towson. And I want to walk you through exactly how I found the deal, um, pretty much the marketing campaign that we sent out, what was said to the seller, how we ran the numbers on the property, how we found the buyer, and how we got to the closing table. And I want to show you pretty much everything step by step so you can go ahead and implement the same thing. All right, so let's get into it. So pretty much the seller situation here was the seller lived about 3 hours away from the property. She was older and did not want to rent it out anymore. She wanted a quick cash sale and wanted all closing costs paid. So she called on us because she wanted a quick process. She didn't want to have to deal with a real estate agent. So she called on us. This is how the inside of the property looked. As you can see, it's outdated. Needs to be cleaned up. Needs, just a cosmetic overhaul. There was no structural issues with the property, which was good. It had strong bones, but it just did need a cosmetic overhaul. And the exterior needed some work too. You need to pull down, the vines off of the siding, power wash that siding and that brick, things like that, but nothing too major. So how do we find this deal? So first off, we sent out a direct mail campaign to about 400 property owners, and these were property owners that specifically had a lot of equity in their property, and also were absentee owners, which means that they owned properties, but they didn't live in those properties.
What's up, guys? You see this? This is money, obviously, right? And having money is great, but investing and flipping your money is everything, guys. And I want to show you how to do just that. In fact, I want to show you how I made over $1 million in my real estate investing business without using any of my own cash or credit, guys. Listen, my name is Brad Monroe, and I've been investing in real estate since 2011. I've done everything from being a realtor to being a landlord to wholesaling properties to rehabbing properties. I even have a short-term rental business, guys. And I want to show you on my live workshop the #1 fastest way to make money in real estate in the least amount of time. Listen, this is time tested. This is a proven blueprint that works, guys. And I want to show you how to do exactly this. I want to give you all the steps. I want to show you exactly how you can make money month after month and year after year, guys. So go ahead and click that link below. This is 100% free. You have nothing to lose, guys. I'm going to show you all the tricks of the trade and how you can get started in real estate right now. Okay? Click that link below and I'll see you on the workshop.
So we specifically target sellers that have more of a likelihood of wanting to sell to us by specifically targeting these niche lists, right? So and now every seller got this direct mail piece that you see on the right side here, where it says urgent letter. The reason we sent this out was because we want our direct mail piece to stand out. When you see something like this in your mailbox, it says urgent on it, you don't know what it is. It has that kind of shock value, right? And it makes the seller have to open it. The thing is, when you send direct mail, you want to send a piece that it evokes some type of reaction from the seller, and it makes them have to actually open the mail piece. So that's what we did here, and obviously it worked. And so in terms of the data, right, we use dealmakerdata.com to again, this is a company that they aggregate data, and they're able to they work specifically for investors. They aggregate data for investors. That's how we actually pulled our list of high equity absentee owners from dealmakerdata.com. This deal took about 45 days to close, and my marketing spend here was $488.41. Here's a letter that is sent out, um, to all the sellers in the campaign. It's a very simple, straightforward letter. My name is Brad. I'm interested in buying your property at so and so address. And then it just kind of tells them exactly, you know, what it's like working with us, that we buy as is. They don't have to pay any realtor fees, things like that. Um, we just make it a quick, straight to the point letter. Um, and we make sure that we let them know that, we can get the job done quickly, So sometimes sellers just want to see, they want to know that they can work with someone who can get the job done quickly. So we just kind of express that in the letter here. So here's a breakdown of the numbers. The after repair value for this property was about $500,000. So that means that once this property, even though it was in bad condition when we started negotiation, um, once an investor goes in, they fix it up, the property will be worth about $500,000. The repairs needed for the property, based on my guesstimate, it was around $70,000 to $100,000 in repairs that the property would need. And I thought that the time it would take to rehab the property would be about 3 months. Right. So my initial offer to the seller was $275,000. Right. Um, because when you make an offer to these sellers, you got to start low. I know that might have been maybe somewhat of a kick in the gut to her, but um, I throw out what's called an anchor offer at first. The anchor offer basically is something that it kind of brings their expectations down, right? And then I use that as a way for me to at least start negotiation at a lower point, and then I let them talk me up, right? So my initial offer was $275,000. The actual deal numbers and what we agreed upon was we agreed to a sale price of $287,500. So how much did I put the property under contract for? I put the property under contract for $287,500, right? Now, I want you to understand that once the property is under contract, right, I legally became uh the principal in the transaction, and I am then in control of the real estate deal. So when you guys are putting these properties under contract, once that happens, you become the principal in the transaction. At that point, you can control that deal. So just understand that when we apply these simple steps, we are able to control millions of dollars in real estate without even taking ownership, right? And then we can do this with little to no money, right? So I put the property under contract at $287,500. The property was under contract at that price. Therefore, I was controlling the deal. I had the ability at that point to either buy the deal myself or assign the contract to someone else. I chose to assign the contract, right? So, how much did I sell or assign the contract for? I assigned the contract for $300,000. So just understand that I got it for $287,500, then I assigned it for $300,000. Once the property is assigned, it is the buyer's responsibility, whoever I'm assigning it to abide by the terms of the original contract, bring the money to the table, and close on the deal within the time frame stipulated in the contract. All right. So my buyer did that. They took over the contract at the $300,000. They brought the money to the table. They closed on the deal. And what happens at settlement is that we collect the difference between what we sold the contract for, and what we had the actual original uh, contract on the property for. So we collect the difference between 300,000 and 287,500. That left over a $12,500 profit, right? So here's just a quick snapshot of the settlement sheet, so you guys know I'm not capping here. No lies being told. That's my assignment fee right there. It shows right down here, bottom right. It shows pretty much what the buyer had to bring to the table with closing costs, what the seller walked away with, right? Okay. So how did I sell or sign this contract? All I did, guys, was I blasted the deal out to my list of buyers via text message and email, and I found an interested buyer in less than 48 hours. I actually had lunch with this investor, um, who ended up purchasing the property from me. I had lunch with him about 2 weeks before I sold him this deal. So that's why I always tell my students, it's important that you create relationships with investors in your area. Take them out to lunch, take them out to coffee, whatever it is. Um, just sit down and get to know people who are who are buying in your area, and just investing at a high level, and just doing good things in your market. Get to know them, right? Because those are going to be the people that you're going to be able to do a lot of business with, you know. So, yeah, I blasted out the deal and I found a buyer in about 48 hours. He signed the contract. We sent everything to title, and we closed on the property in 45 days. Now, when you're first starting off, you have a property under contract, you may need to list the property in different investor groups online or in the classified section of Craigslist. That may be the strategy that you have to take in order to sell that contract. But um, when you put it on those investor sites and when you put it on Craigslist, there are tons of buyers who are willing and ready to take over your contracts if the deal is good, right? Uh, so the final profit after my marketing expenses. So again, we made $12,500 on this deal. My marketing expense was $488.41. My final profit after marketing expense was $12,011.59. So guys, I turned $488 or $500, just call it, into over $12,000, guys. I'm gonna say that again. I turned $488 into over $12,000, guys. So I mean, that's super, super exciting. There's not many businesses you can do that. So that's the power of real estate. That's the power of being able to turn around and assign these properties, sell these contracts off quickly. We're controlling these properties for, 30 to 45, maybe 60 days. But all we're doing is we're just selling that contract to someone else, and then they're going to pay us our fee at settlement. And that's the beauty of this business. Once you learn how to find these off-market deals consistently, you can do this again and again and again, several times a month. And, there's really no cap on the amount of income you can make. Right. And this is me acting silly, but it's also me feeling blessed to do this business. And I'm just, I'm doing what the rappers do. I'm holding, $10,000 to my face. Uh, but we're blessed, man. We're happy to do what we do. And I want to help you guys, get to the next level. So here's something very important I want to go over. This is what you need to do after you close a deal. You need to reinvest at least 25% of your profits back into your business. At least. I would say really you really want to invest about 50%, but I understand, sometimes people don't want to do that, but at least, at the very least, you need to reinvest at least 25% of your profits back into your business, right? That's the first thing you want to do. Then you want to take some of that money and you want to set it aside because you got to pay Uncle Sam at the end of the day, at the end of the year as well, right? Um, Also, you want to, after you close a deal, you want to continue to market for more deals, for more off-market properties, right? You don't want to be one and done. You don't want to be a one-hit wonder. You want to continue to do these deals month after month. Um, After you close that deal too, you want to invest in a VA, right? You want to use the profits that you got from this, from that deal, to build an actual business, right? Um, and begin to scale it. So one of the first things you want to do in order to scale your business is invest in a VA, because they're going to help you to generate more leads. They're going to help you to generate more business. They're going to take away some of the tasks, the day-to-day tasks from you, so that you can begin to kind of pull yourself away from the business slowly but surely and begin to automate this whole thing. And then you also want to invest in education and keep your mind sharp, man. That is extremely important. You have to, just make sure you're in the right rooms, be around the right people, so that you know how to push forward in this business, right? And I promise, guys, if you do this, you will put yourself in a position to close deals month after month.